Hello, welcome to my channel, Stampin' with Nono. This video is my April free card class kit tutorial, and I had an absolute blast doing this video. I had a blast creating the cards, and I hope that once you see them, you'll understand why it was so much fun and that you can't wait to get your kits in the mail. I'm changing it up a little bit because, number one, I just absolutely loved what I did. So instead of making 3 cards, you're going to be getting 4 as part of the free card class kits. And I am focusing on a bundle, well, actually the suite, but I just had too much fun that I just wanted to share in how wonderful the suite is. So I'm going to quickly show you what that is. Not the suites, but just the bundle. You'll see it as part of the card kits when I go through it. But this is the Filled with Sweetness, the die. You can do fun folds, which is what we're going to be doing. It's just been so much fun. I can't emphasize how much of a great time that I had. I mean, every time I made something, I just smiled and I was just excited about it. And I think people that do that, I think you guys understand what I mean when there's just some stamp sets that just make you smile more than others, right? All right, so let's get started because we got a lot to go since now we're going to be doing 4 cards instead of 3. So let me bring over the first card. And I will cover everything that you'll be getting in the kit. And amazing enough, I think each card I'm only using 1 ink color, which is that Secret Sea, which is one of my favorites. But let's start out with card number 1. So you're going to get your envelope, and this will come to you embossed. And we have, let me pick this up here. We've got the card base. You're going to get a piece of cardstock that will come to you embossed. And this mason jar, not mason jar, just a jam jar will come to you cut. And this is two-tone. I don't know if you can tell. So when you get it, you just decide which color you want, the dark color or if you want the light color when you make this card. Entirely up to you. There will be a piece of DSP that will be cut. And I don't think you want to use that side, but you're more than welcome. And we'll use that side, and then we have another piece of DSP that is die cut. I don't know that you can see in the video that there is like dots and stuff, so there is a pattern to it, and it's just really pretty. You have a label, and then the inside, and then you're going to get 2 pieces. They are very thin and fragile, so just be careful handling it, okay? We'll get that going. All right, so let's start with some stamping. Now, I'm pretty sure it's on all of the cards, but we'll have to see when we go through. I did not stamp any sentiments on the inside because I wasn't sure what I was going to be saying, and actually, who it goes to. Sometimes it depends on who it's going to go to that I might change up whatever's on the inside. So, apologize for that if that's something you guys always look forward to, but I wanted to hold off. All right, so let's do the outside sentiment, which is "You're the sweetest." So let me open up my ink pad and get this going. And I think yes, I'm going to go ahead and center it. Let me make sure I'm in camera, which I think I am. I'm going to center it. I love this label. It's so pretty. You don't have to just limit it to this suite, or bundle, I guess I should say. Now, there is a fancy little loopy-loop. Let me show it to you. That I'm going to go ahead now, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom. Nice even press. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on top too, I think. I've got enough room to do that. Hopefully I centered it. Perfect. Okay. I think that's it on the stamping. Yes, because I'm not doing anything on the inside. So let me move this out of the way. Put this over here and let's do some assembling. All right, so card base, let's work on that. I need my piercing mat. So I'm going to do this flat because I want my label to be on on dimensionals. So I'm going to adhere everything flat. I can get my glue going here. And this is one of the new embossed folders that actually comes with the Sweetness Sweet. Say that a couple times fast without slipping. All right, just even that up. All right, I'm gonna move this off to the side for right now. So let's bring in the jar. I'm gonna call it a jar because I'm not sure what else to call it. So this does come to you die cut. It is in the shape of this. So you just want to line it up evenly. It fits perfect in there. You know, in the event that you glue it and it's off a little bit, just trim it off. It's not that big of a deal. That's why I like using glue, because it gives me a few extra seconds. Because sometimes I cannot line it up very well. There we go. All right, well on our way. All right, so we have this lid, and it's going to lay flush with the top part. So it's going to go like this, and you want to center it as much as you can. Center here. Let's see. Center here and here, and that's okay. When you open it up, it might bend a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue up at the top part, because I don't want it to be necessarily flat, glued down all the way, because it does pop up a little bit. So flip it over just to make sure. As you can tell, I did not line that up very good. So I'm going to push that down and line it up as much as I can. Well, maybe. There we go. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. And it is straight. That's kind of important. All right. So it gives a little bit here. I put the glue right up in here. So this part right in here is free flowing. All right. So this piece, now the one you're going to be getting is on the back is going to have adhesive. I didn't think about it when I die cut this. I do have another project that I did remember to use it, and I'll show it to you. It'll be obvious. Well, I can't get the glue here. All right. But the ones you'll get, like I said, will have that adhesive strip, and you just have to be careful peeling it. So this is very thin, so you just want to peel it slowly so that you don't tear the cardstock. Now, this strip does hang over a little bit on both ends. If that bothers you, just trim it off. It doesn't bother me. Now, this bow right here, had I thought about it, it would have had adhesive. And I think what I'm going to do is what I did on the other one. I'm going to only put adhesive around the bow part. I will not put adhesive on the tail, because that will force you to glue the tails flat, and I kind of like it free flowing. Okay, so I guess I'm allowing you to have that choice. I'm not forcing you to glue everything down. Some people prefer that, and that's quite all right. All right, so I'm just gonna angle it. All right, looking good. All right, so let's finish the front. Put some dimensionals. Let me close up my glue. I'll do that, and let's see. I think these, yes. I don't know, for some reason I'm getting a glare, and I couldn't tell if these were my minis or just my regular size, but they are regular. Okay. Lots of stuff happening in April and May. So sad they put out a new last chance list, and lots of my favorites are going away, which is really sad because I love playing with them. I'll still play with them, but I just hate to see them go. All right, so that is popped up. We're good there. I'm gonna go ahead now and do the inside, and this is just a circle. And I'll, you know, you don't always have to put a sentiment. You can just put a quick note. What did that say? I don't remember. You're the sweetest. I think the bundle does come with a stamp set, that stamp sentiment that just says thank you. You can put that on there. Easy, easy, easy. All right, so now this one is going to go on the front of the card base, and I just want to try and center it. You know, it's right on the edge. I'm going to see, could go this way. No, you can't go this way. I'm going to go this way, and I'm just going to glue it flat. But you could add dimensionals there. Oops, went off the page. There we go. You could add dimensionals if you would like, but I'm just going to leave it. I'll grab that so that I'm lining up all of it. So just center it. There we go. And then open it up and get the bone folder, since it does have some ridges here. And again, I know I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. Two-tone cardstock is a little bit thinner. It's intended to be that way, so you just got to be careful that if you press too hard, it will actually get the image of the embossed, and you don't want that. All right, and that bends a little bit. I'm not concerned about it. Embellishments. I think I'm going to skip embellishments on this one for now. I may go back. If I do, I'll include it, but I don't think so. I think it's going pretty good. So this is card number 1. Put this over here. I hope you like that one. That was a lot of fun. I love doing that. All right, let's see here. Make some room. Bringing over card number 2. Now this is a fun fold. Another fun fold. I guess I got carried away with fun folds. Who knows? We shall see. But this is a, what do they call this? A book binding. And you got your envelope. I know there's cardstock. There is a piece of DSP that will go on your flap, and you'll have to decide which one you want. Let's put this over here. The card base will come to you already cut and scored. And just remember that it's going to be folded in half, but you're going to have to fold and burnish this piece, which it looks like I'm going to have to touch up anyways. So just a reminder. And then the inside, and then the outside, you'll get a piece of DSP. You could change it up if you like. You get 2 pieces, and then you'll get a label. And then you're going to get 3 of these, and it's actually, I'm going to call it the top half of the spoon. It's a die cut. Absolutely love it. I just thought that was so, so pretty. And I just saw more than just a spoon when I was playing around. This piece of ribbon, now this is intentionally cut for this video. However, you're going to get one long piece that will be intact. It's just the way I'm going to show how to do the knot. It's just an easy way that it's become my habit of doing it. So I went on and cut it ahead of time. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp that. Again, I'm going to use my Secret C. And this one, I definitely want a happy birthday. It does the happy birthday sentiment. Is not part of this bundle. So you know how I like to mix and match. But I definitely needed a birthday card. And I decided that's what this one's going to be. But you can certainly, because use any of the sentiments that's in that bundle. And center that. And I'm going to show you a trick. Ooh, that came out so pretty. I tell you what, I will definitely be sad when Secret C retires. I hope at one point they bring that back as a staple, because I absolutely love it. All right, so Move that over. Okay, so let's see here. On a book binding, and typically it's like this, but I wanted to do landscape. This piece needs to be glued down, so I'm safe to go ahead and do that. I'm not putting any ribbon there, so I'm going to go ahead and just add some adhesive and just tack that down. I need to bring my piercing mat. Not my piercing mat, my silicone mat. My goodness. All right, so we're going to go this way, and it's going to open up just like that. Since I'm not doing a sentiment on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down. Just start working with my bits and pieces. All right, just center that. And all right, so let's put together the DSP. So I'm going to, now the DSP coming to you is going to be made to where it's going to be flush on the left and the right, and then the top and the bottom you've got an ever small border. All right, that's intentional, and I've decided to do it this way, but you can certainly change it up. You know, once you see the finished product, finished card, don't do the hearts upside down. You can definitely decide. Okay, so again, it's flush left and right. The top and bottom, you have a very small border. And I don't know if you can see, but that is hearts. So just don't put the hearts upside down like I almost did. All right, I'm gonna add that. Could probably bring it down just a smidgen. There we go. I think that's even. That looks even. All right, and then this one. I love the colors that they've used. It's just so cheerful. Can't help but smile when you look at all of the paper. All right, we are doing good. Okay, so let's do this. Now, like I said, I trimmed this because of the way I knot my ribbon, but what I want to do is wrap it around the front, and I want to tie a knot here, but because I cut my extra piece the way I do it, I want to go ahead and attach this, probably using mini dots, and just overlap it because I want my label to hide the piece, the two ends, right? I hope that made sense. So I'm going to trim off a little bit because I don't necessarily need for it to be overlapped. So for the way I'm doing it, okay? So let me go ahead and just trim. Let's just do this one since that's fraying, just a smidgen. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I could go just a little bit more, but I don't want to go too short. All right, so I think we're good there. So let me go ahead and, I'm going to put it down low. All right, let me get my mini dots. Okay. Do one on each end. And this ribbon, I don't think there's like a right side, wrong side. I think you can use any side, I think. I mean, I'd really have to look at it closely. All right, so I'm going to wrap it close to the bottom, and that's intentional. All right, kind of bring it snug and bring it around. Oops. Not too, let's see. I think I can tighten it. There we go. Kind of make it snug. You don't want to bend the card. Okay. And then when you open it up, you got a little bit of decoration there. Now you can also tuck in a mini glue dot there if you like, but I'm going to leave this the way that is. Probably going to tuck one right under here, only because I don't want it sliding around when I put the label. All right, now this trick that I found, I'm gonna put this off to the side. I'm not gonna tie my knot yet until I actually put my label, so I'm gonna put this over here. Something that I found is, this is what I wanna do. Let me show you what I wanna do first, okay? So the knot's gonna be over here. I wanna take these and basically create a sunburst, right? So I'm gonna go like this, and then like this, and then like this. Well, these are really long, right? So I need to cut these down. Well, I was having trouble trying to figure out what's the easiest way. So this is what I found out to do. And you don't have to do this. You can wing it however you want, but I'm trying to get it precise. I'm going to flip this over like so. It's even, right? The knot's going to go there. I'm going to flip these over. I'm going to work on the back side. I'm going to build the back side. All right, so I know I know I want this one in the center, so I'm going to bring that down, and that's going to be right on the edge, which will means I'm going to end up bending the spoon. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do it on all 3 of them. I'm just trimming off just a little bit. All right. Now you may not have to do it, you know, depending on how you lay this out, but you could probably only trim one and be good to go on the other 2, but since I got my snips out, I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of them. All right, so again, I want this in the middle. Let's see, I got plenty of room now. I'm not worried about it hanging over. So I'm going to go ahead and get a mini dot. I hope that made sense. I hope you find that that's helpful in laying things out. So center that. Another mini dot. And it's just sliding around, isn't it? And then probably about like right in there, I think is good. I'm not going to press real hard in case I have to make an adjustment. And then like so. All right, we'll flip it over and voila, there we go. And bring that down. I think that's good. I think that's good. All right, so I'm gonna press down. It's locked in. Can't do anything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some dimensionals. And I definitely would put a dimensional close to the bottom of this edge so that it hangs over and it actually adheres to the paper, because I think the others will only adhere to the ribbon. There we go. I think, maybe not. We shall see. I guess I could put one right up there. Let's see what this does. I could put one there. I'm gonna put a little one there. No, I'll do a big one. So there we go. I think you guys can see that. I hope that was helpful. Helpful enough that you guys would continue doing that. So ribbon my little knot, I'm centering it, and I think we're good. There we go. Now you could put dimensionals on these too, but I just like loosey-goosey, I guess is what I like. All right, so now my little tip of when I do knots is I'm going to slide this under and then just tie a knot. Pull it through. And I think I like it. There we go. All right. I probably need to trim the edges, but I'm going to wait. Okay, there we go. Perfect, perfect. I really like that. Oh, almost forgot this. So let's do the envelope flap. Let's see, I think I have enough tear and tape in there. Yeah, I should have plenty. At least get me through the videotaping. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is how do you get these cards. So when you place a minimum order of $45 through my online store, you know, obviously before tax and shipping, you'll be able to get these 4 cards to you. I also provide a written tutorial, which, by the way, I did change it up a little bit. It's probably not as detailed. I think I took the fluff out. Hopefully, you guys will like it better. If not, please let me know, and I'll certainly go back to the old way. But I felt like I may have been giving you too much information. It really wasn't necessary. But anyway, so with that, I'll be happy to send these kits out to you by the end of the month. Now, if you could place your order by 25 April, that would be great. That helps me out with assembling all of the kits and everything I have to do behind the scenes in order to get it to you by the end of the month. Now, if you place a $75 or more order, I'll also give you a pack of embellishments, and that also, through Stampin' Up, will qualify you for the product of the month for just $5. Which, let's see, I think for this month it is actually a die that's really, really pretty. I've seen some really pretty cards done up with them. Mine's en route, or they're still picking. I'm not quite sure. I have to check up on it, but anyways, that's how you can get it. And then a lot of times I just throw in extra stuff. Just, you know, when you're over 75, I just start putting stuff in your kit. So you just never know what you're going to get from me. But I'm just very thankful that you guys order from me. All right, so this is card number 2. It's another fun fold bookbinding. All right, hope you like that one. And I don't know. Oh, I did decide on, sorry, let's go back real quick. I did decide on embellishments. I just wanted to use it. This is one that comes with the suite. These are little strawberries. When you first look at it, it almost looks like a ladybug, but it's not. So you will get, I'll cut some up for you. Let's see, I don't want that. I will cut some up and so that you guys can see it. And just put, I'll just put 2 there. Yeah, I like that. All right, that kind of pops. I hope you like that. I hope you like the use of that spoon. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spoon, right? Kind of thinking outside the box is what I was trying to do. All right, card number 2. All right, so let's see here. Make some room. Card number 3, and I think I need more embellishments there. I think this is just a regular card. I don't believe this is a fun fold. I don't think let's get everything out here. All right, so the envelope will come to you embossed. It's one of the new embossing folders. It will come to you, card base will come to you cut and scored. And just remember, again, you just have to give it another burnish. Your inside card, the outside will be embossed, and then we have your label, 2 square die cuts, and these pieces I did fussy cut. Thank you, you're welcome. I had fun doing it. It's really not that difficult, but you're going to get 2 pieces that are going to be, I'm going to call them completely intact, okay? And those are the ones for the front. Then the extra pieces, you may get half pieces like this. You may get some whole pieces like this. Most likely you're going to get half pieces. You just have to build. I could not let myself throw those out, so I wanted to use them, and that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the inside for a minute, because I know this piece. No, let's see. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I was going to say I really need to be stamping, but let me go ahead and do this, and then I can worry about gluing the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, and I'm just going to put that at the bottom. So depending on what I'm called partially die cut, I keep saying die cut, but fussy cut pieces will determine placement, you know, if it's top, bottom, left, right, wherever. So I'm just going to put that right there. All right, so that's my inside. So move that over. So let's bring this label over. I want to stamp, I forget what this one is. This one is Love You Very Much. Isn't that not sweet? Love you very much. And ink it up, and it fits just right, perfect fit on this label. I don't think they could have planned it any better. All right, that's the only stamping we're doing. Put that aside. All right, so let's build our card. Oops, let's see. That is popping, so where's my bone folder? Let me give that another burnish. There we go. It was not staying closed. All right, so I did the inside. I'm finished with that, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue that. Again, I'll go back and worry about the inside sentiment. You guys do that. Don't really focus on the inside until you actually get ready to mail it out. You never know what, I don't know, just some sentiments are more, I don't know, more applicable to other people, just depending. You guys think that too? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add this flat. Again with embossed, and this is really good embossed. Absolutely love it. It's been a fun one. Super, super fun. Let's even that up. Use my folder. There we go. All right, we're doing good here. I think we can see. Yes. Okay. So let me slide these over. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna add 2 squares here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop those up. Let me close my glue bottle. I'm gonna pop those up with dimensionals. I should have enough. Ooh. Yeah. Pick 2 of them up. There we go. All right. I'm running low on dimensionals over here, but I think I have enough. If anything, I'll have to resort to the minis. But I think I'm good. All right. Mini catalogs coming out in May. I hope you like the new layout. There's some fun stuff in there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it at an angle. Oops, I think that's a piece, some glue. Let me get that off. Yeah, I might have to cover that up. I got glue on my tweezers, I think. All right, scrape that off maybe. Okay, let's see, where's my label? All right, I'm gonna pop my label up also, and I want to tuck this fruit in. So don't put the, if you end up popping it up, or actually adhesive period, don't put it on the edge because you want to make sure you tuck in these straight edges so that you don't see it. So I'm just gonna put 2 in the middle. I think will be just fine. So anyways, on the mini catalog, if you're in need of one, please just send me an email. I'll be happy to send one out to you. I have some regular customers that automatically get it in the mail from Stampin' Up. But if you still are in need of one, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will be happy to put one in the mail to you. All right, I'm just gluing those flat. All right, so now these, a straight edge. So I'm just gonna tuck that in, and I'm good with it overlapping, but you wanna make sure you hide the fact that it is a straight edge. So I'm just gonna put some glue here and right in there. Just, you can't see it. And actually, it's popping up. I don't know if you can see it. Probably see it now. that part I added glue, but I'm not going to press down on it because I kind of like it popped up like that. So hopefully it'll dry clear on the back and you'll never know that I put glue. So this one I'm going to tuck in here, and I'm okay. I know it's like tone on tone, but the bottom half of this strawberry obviously is not hidden, but it will be because I'm going to overlap and hide it like so. All right, so I want to go ahead and add just a little bit of glue. Now, you know, depending on what pieces you get, you may not be able to lay out your fruit exactly like this. You're just going to have to work with it to see what you get. And I want the, what is this, a blackberry to be on top. So I'm going to go ahead and add one dimensional. And I don't think I'm going to put any glue anyplace else, and I think it'll work. These really were not bad fussy cutting. I'm not going to say I truly enjoyed it because I don't really like doing that, but it really wasn't bad. All right, so I'm making sure I'm hiding that cut piece. So I'm going to bring this down just a little bit more than what I was thinking. But I'm good. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we need some embellishments, I do believe. Don't you think we need some embellishments? I think we need some embellishments. So let's see here. Let's use a blue. And put one there. One there. Let's do a big one. And probably one right there. How's that? I think that'll work. I can't overthink my placement of embellishments, or else I won't get anything done because I overthink it. All right, this is card number 3. I hope you guys like that one. All right, so my 4th card, because I just couldn't stop making these cards, is let me think what it is. Oh, it is a slider gift card holder. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. So you're going to get your envelope. This is going to be die cut. Again, this is a two-tone, so decide which color you want shown, the dark blue or the light blue. Let me get my tweezers here. We have the slider piece. Again, that is a two-tone. So when you go to build it, just decide which side you want. You're going to get, and it's so pretty, die cut DSP, the envelope flap, and you'll be able to decide which side you want to use. This die cut, you can probably see the pattern a lot better with a solid cardstock. And then your bows, and I mentioned that I had put adhesive. This, you can see where the white is, that's where the adhesive backing is on that, okay? And then this is going to be stamped. You've got your label, and we have a belly band for the pull part. All right, so let's stamp and get that out of the way. And I am, let's see, can't remember where this set, oh, this came from, I don't remember the name, but it's one of the product of the month. And it's going to say happiest birthday wishes. All right, so I'm just going to center that. And let's see here. The circle, I'm just going to stamp from. In the center at top. I'm going to do top. Leave enough room. And just sign our names. All right, we are done stamping, so let's put this thing together. Now, let's see, I don't know if there's a better way. So let me just go through my my way of doing it. All right, so let's work on the slider. Yeah, let's put the slider together. All right, so you have to decide which side you want shown. It's going to actually be both sides. This is dark, as you can tell, probably the light and the dark. So I want it like this, and you want to give it a good burnish. All right, so I am not going to glue these edges in limit because sometimes I just have trouble with it because it's a tight squeeze. So here's a gift card. You got plenty of room, but I just didn't want to mess with it. So I created a belly band. Okay, so here's my belly band. I'm going to leave my gift card in there so that I know that I definitely have enough room. So I'm going to wrap it around, and you can do it tight. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. And just fold it up. It's not going to come to you scored. You just have to crease it yourself, okay? And then just put some glue. And I'm not going to tack down the band to the green, all right? You can if you want. I don't want to. I want for it to slide off just because. So I just added it there, and you'll see that it slides off. It's tight, but there's some wiggle room, okay? All right, so I'm going to take this piece, and because this is going to be on the inside, I do not recommend using dimensionals for the inside. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that flat like so, and I'm just going to put some glue just right on that strip, just a little bit. All right. Okay, we are well on our way. And you know, you can move it up if you want the circle to overlap, but I'm not. I'm just making it pretty much flush. All right, so see, I can still move it. You can move it up if you like, but I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, again, I'm going to leave that in there. All right, so I'm going to put this aside for right now. Let's go back to building this, and I'm going to go ahead and build the front. Now, there are some pieces of DSP that I cut this too short for the die cut, and you know, as you can tell, you can see some blue. I apologize if you end up with those pieces. It's not that big of a deal because you've got this piece that's going to cover it, and nobody will ever know other than you know that I didn't cut the the DSP correctly, but I was not going to waste this gorgeous paper. But again, I apologize if that bothers you. But trust me, it won't be seen. All right, so again, you're going to make this flush. If there's any piece that sticks out, you may have to trim, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, okay. Now, let's go ahead and let me think here. Let's do this. So this is what I want. This is the front, okay? And this is going to be the slider for this piece, right? Okay, actually, it's going to be this way. It's going to be the slider going in and out, right? All right, so it's going to actually be like so. All right, so that when you slide it out, you actually flip it over, and you'll see that there's a gift card there, all right? You can always put paper here if you so choose, but I just decided to do it this way. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this piece to this card. So my recommendation is flip this back over so you can see what you're doing. See where this curve die cut part is, the slit. Do not put glue down below this because you're going to end up attaching it to this and you won't be able to pull it out. So put just a little bit of glue there. And then what you want to do is put this, centering it left to right, put it right as close, this corner here and this corner is going to be right on the edge, and you'll see a little bit there, which is good. That's what you want. So just put a little bit of glue. Hopefully that made sense. All right. All right, so I'm going to center as much as I can. I've got some glue there. I'm just going to wipe it away. All right, there we go. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Let's just pretend it's going to slide in, just like so, okay? There you go. All right. I think we're done with this part. Now let's work with the inside. All right, so I'm gonna flip this back over. So you can see here the measurement. You don't have a whole lot of wriggle room to put double-sided tape. So just be careful. And what I have learned from watching videos on this is you don't need a whole lot. You don't need the whole strip going down and, you know, doing it at the angle. You definitely don't need this part because, you know, this is going to be closed. You just need just a little bit here. Let me get my white pencil. You need, you know, it's like a strip here, and then just way down here, just put a strip here, and then that's good to go. Your card's not going to go through. Well, hopefully that made sense. Okay, so let's just do some double-sided. Now, obviously, you can do glue. I do not recommend the tear and tape because it's a lot wider, and your gift card or the pool will definitely get stuck because of the adhesive. So you can see I'm not using that much. Okay, I would go ahead and just put this in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to lay it so that it has the thickness. And it'll just be easier to slide in and out when you close this. I hope this makes sense. I hope this is not confusing. I think sometimes when I say it, it sounds confusing, but then when you actually see it in action. All right, so I've got the gift card inside there. I'm going to go ahead and just close it. And adhere that and adhere that. All right. Obviously, that's this way. Perfect. Did I mess up? I don't think I messed up. Okay, so it's going to go like this. Did I mess? Let's see. You could also put it this way if you want, but I like it this way. I should have left it alone. Yep. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get that in there. I was just thinking about it. I should have left it alone. Just don't touch it. All right, I'm going to put this back in here. All right, so let's flip this back over. We need to decorate the top of the jar. So carefully peel back the adhesive. Let's see. Sometimes the adhesive is hard to peel back. You just have to grab it and go with it. All right. And it is sticky, so just, you know, be careful with it. And then just line it up. And again, you know, if it sticks out and it bothers you, just trim it off and just follow that die cut line. Press down on it. And then again with this ribbon, only the loop part will have the adhesive. So obviously you don't want the tails to be glued flat. You want it to move around. Okay, so now you're going to fit that in like so. And there we go. Covers that up. Let me make this straight. There we go. I think that's straight. That looks straight to me. All right, now we want this, and I want to go ahead and pop that up with dimensionals. And I'll just put 3. Isn't this super cute? And woo, right at the end here. All right. And just put that down here. Oh, you know what? I wanted to, too late. I wanted to put a little decorative piece there. That's okay. Nah, that's all right. Let's see, what can I do here? I guess I'm gonna add some, yeah, I don't trust myself. I wanted the little swirl, the swirl one, this one. I wanted to put there. That's okay. I thought about that when I was looking at it. Okay, so let's just put some more dimensionals. dimensionals. Let's put some more embellishments. All right, guys, you know what I mean. Come on, you. All right, so let's see here. We gotta do some strawberries, don't you think? Let's just do some, let's see. Let's put one down here. Let me just do that. That looks cute. We'll do that. All right, so there we go. There's that. You flip it over, and there's your card. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's finish up the envelope. And you can decide. That goes pretty too, though, doesn't it? I'm going to go ahead and use the blue. Let's get the... Again, guys, easy peasy to get these 4 kits. Just place a minimum order of $45 through my online store by... Let's go by 25 April, because that gives me a few days to get the kits going. All right, and we're going to cut that. So much fun. So much fun. I hope you guys like this bundle. It's sweet. If you end up getting it, honestly, I would recommend just getting the suite. You get that embossing folder. You get that pretty, I think that ribbon comes with it. I'm pretty sure the ribbon came with it. That particular ribbon that we used on the one card. And pretty papers, just fun. Just fun, fun, fun colors. Really, I've had so much fun. So I was just making cards, and it's like, wow, how many cards have I made? And then I had to narrow it down to what was going to be my card class. And before I know it, I'm like, I just got to do 4. All right, guys, so that's card number 4. Card number 3. Let's move this over, all right? Card number 2. I have to put one in the middle to make room. And then card number 1. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this inspires you to get online and order this. I recommend the suite. Just be done with it. You won't be disappointed getting the suite. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, happy stamping to you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye.